So, welcome to the second day of the Purpose Masterclass. And we were just discussing that it's a party mode today, but we'll still go with our original agenda of going inwards. So, I'll just share a couple of things that, a few afterthoughts after day one that I've had. And I also wanted to bring up a story of another of my client, because I love the intentions that we're bringing into the session today. And Wilma, I think you mentioned like this concept of a magic wand. And interestingly, my word for this year, for 2025, is miracles. That's what I put for the 2025. Like, I want miracles. What I also had to learn about miracles, while I have experienced plenty of miracles in my life, is that we have to disentangle the concept of miracles in our mind. Hi, Carissa, welcome. As an instantaneous change, because often the idea of miracles comes from like something happened and instantaneously, the second later, a person can walk, or a person can see, or a person can, accomplish what they need to accomplish, or something happens instantaneously. While this is completely possible, one of my teachers, I remember, and actually the technique that we're doing today, I was taught by such an incredible human and healer. And she literally helped a woman to walk, even though the woman was injured, but it took her 10 sessions to do that. So the person was able to walk after 10 sessions from not being able to walk or dance or do anything. And what it takes is discipline, time, and dedication. And that is true for so many different areas of our lives. And I'll share with you a story of another client of mine. He has been in my world for, I think, 4.5 years now. So we have been through many transformations with him in his life. And when he came to me, he came for like very private issues. We were working on inner child stuff and some trauma stuff. And never in his mind had he ever had an idea of like, I want to be a leader, or I want to step into my leadership. We worked on those issues like little by little. Then I think he took a break for a year, and he at that point he was just like doing his own thing. And then he came back. And interestingly, the transformation, why I'm sharing this story, is because of the dedication and commitment this gentleman has had to his own progress and growth. Because over these 4.5 years that I know him, he changed his romantic relationship completely. He actually separated from his ex-partner, and now is open to dating again. 4.5 years later, his health dramatically improved. Mental, he is confident. He was not quite confident in himself. He's confident. His work has gone through a lot of changes, and many employees got fired. He stayed at the company. He did not get fired. He actually got promoted. He also got a permission to hire a team and expand his team. So he learned how to channel, talking about, developing channeling skills. He learned how to channel. He started to consistently meditate. He started listening to his intuition and taking steps. He now is teaching workshops on improving culture and trust within his company, because there was like a lot of issues in the corporate environment around communication and trust. So he's stepping more into the leadership position in that regard. He started a podcast. He has been running the podcast for more than a year. He started the musical community. So he's also started writing and recording music. He started a soundtracking engineering company, and basically now has also a side job where he gets additional income from following his passion, following his heart, and doing all those things. What other changes? And finally, I think he joined the Unitarian Church, and now is giving back to the community and stepping more into the leadership in this way, because he feels that one of his gifts is actually to mentor youth. And the way all of this has happened, and why I'm sharing you this story, because often we have this idea that we have a full picture of how our life will transform. We need to know like exactly the how, what exact steps. But what I have observed with this gentleman is that he was just extremely dedicated and taking one baby step at a time. So if he felt like starting a podcast was his calling, and he felt like it was a thought in his mind for a while, and he decided to lead internally and go into this arena and do that, then he decided to do that. And then, about musical recording, and I think he also hired a guitar teacher for himself. So it's a step-by-step process that happened with him. His transformation is quite different from the examples of clients that I have given yesterday, because yesterday I talked about like really very dramatic shifts very fast. But everybody has a different path. Everybody has such a different path. And we have to honor that we are all different people. The way we evolve, the way we step in our purpose is very, very different. The way that the path unfolds is very different, because we gain confidence as we do take the step. Each progressive action we take, aligned action we take, it shows us that the sky doesn't fall, the earth doesn't shatter, and that we are remaining alive, because that's what really stepping into the purpose is. It's dealing with our own personal inner insecurities, fears, reservations, things like that. But when we approach this process progressively, gently, yet in a very dedicated manner, the transformation accumulates. And I really want to drive this message home, because I know that many of you are dedicated people, right? And sometimes when we're dedicated, and we sometimes compare ourselves to maybe some of the social media personalities that overnight, or the way it's portrayed in social media, that there is like an overnight transformation, an overnight success. But we don't really know the real stories of people and how long something takes on the background to build, right? And how many dedicated steps that actually have happened on the background. So it's really important to disengage from this adrenaline inducing expectation that sometimes is presented through social media, and to really dedicate ourselves to listening to our intuition and our heart, and taking aligned actions as they come up, no matter how small they are. Because sometimes small actions, even though they do not produce humongous results, but they produce inner transformation and inner change in your mindset, in the way you see yourself, in the way you just have a concept, and I'm thinking it's hard. Like, even I'm thinking of the trajectory of my career, initially, like every client I've worked with has brought more confidence to me, even though I gave to them, but to me, they also brought confidence of seeing the incremental progress. And this is how everyone and anyone builds their skills, through incremental progress. So as we're talking today about miracles, about shifts and transformation, all of this, I want you to stay committed to the process, basically. And Wilma shares, love the idea of magic and miracles with the potential possibility of spontaneous and instant healing. I love that. Yes, it's also possible. I've seen it. So it's possible. Everything is possible. So why limit ourselves, right? So for today's healing session, let me see. I think most of you have experienced maybe a version of this healing, or kind of an aspect. And I'll just share a little bit of what we're doing, and we'll jump in it. So the idea, it's the modality that we're doing today. It's called connecting to the creator modality. And we're not leaving the body. We're not going traveling in any astral plane. We're going inwards for this modality. It's also quite different from meditation or other healing techniques you might know. And I ask you to not mix and match. Like, it's different from Reiki, it's different from channeling, it's different from, I don't know, Buddhist meditation practices. And yeah, it's not worse or better, it's just different. And I'm asking you to just allow yourself to receive. It's not a mental exercise, but as I guide you through the process, you'll notice that I use the words relax and allow, accept. Those are the three common words. And what happens when we allow, accept, and relax is that we're able to come deeper into our heart, and it's even beyond the heart to our soul. And in that process, we allow the creator energy to come through and do whatever needs to be done. Because while we're smart and our brains are smart, what usually happens in the sessions, you're given what you need and more. Like, it's what you need and more. And so our mind often is not able to control those things. You know, we're only conscious and aware of what we are conscious and aware of. And I also invite you, it's another important piece of this. Our intention today will be to connect to our heart and to our purpose, and whatever personal intentions you want to add into the mix for the session for yourself. And what I have noticed, I've done this practice now several hundred times probably on myself plus clients. Just on myself, I've done it several hundred times. And there are times when it's completely peaceful and I'm like in a la la land, whatever, trance state. And there are times when I want to crawl out of my body and I'm like, when is this over? And interestingly, those times when I'm the most uncomfortable, that's when it really hits those layers of resistance or pain points in my body or consciousness that I need to move through. And in those times, I just have to remind to myself to stay present and to be relaxed. So all of you might have completely different experiences through today's practice. I invite you to stay present and true to yourself with no expectations. If emotions come up, so amazingly good when they do come up, breathe through them, shake through them, hug yourself through them. You don't need to go into them and try to identify, figure out why they're there and what's the cause, what's the reason. It's not like an intense trauma work or any kind of subconscious work that other techniques use. These things may come up. It's normal if they do come up. And all you do is just breathe gently and relax into that. And another thing, just again, it might come up or not, but I thought I would mention this is, you know, sometimes what I've done in the past is that I actually have to breathe through something, or I have to like even almost like allow for my body to involuntarily shake. Like sometimes I just like allow myself to do what it needs to do until it stops on its own. And when it stops on its own, it's gone. What it was, I have no idea. But our body is so smart. It's like we have this animal primal brain that it does what it needs to do. It's like this trauma release. I don't even know what the things that come out, because that's not the technique to figure it out logically. But what happens is when the body does what it needs to do, it's like this, it's like a dog or animal reflex. The dogs after a fight, they shake. You know, they need to shake to release stress. And sometimes when we are deeply, deeply relaxed, and that's really the purpose of, you know, this healing modality, is that when we're deeply relaxed, your body feels safe to let go of something. Anything else? So finally, I just want to remind you that any intense emotion, no matter how scared we might be to feel it, research shows that it lasts, like any very intense emotion lasts only for 8 seconds. I think it was Brené Brown research that they said like people are scared of vulnerability because they don't want to feel something, like they're scared of a particular emotion. And then what research findings have shown is that most emotions, like very intense, not prolonged emotions, but very intense emotions, whether it's fear, if we actually allow ourselves to go there rather than resist and think like, oh, let me protect myself from feeling what I need to be feeling, it only lasts 8 seconds, and I assure you, you will survive. So, with that being said, any questions before we jump in? Okay, give me some kind of thumbs up or something. All right. So if you have water, that's amazing. If you do not have water, just grab a glass of water, bottle of water for yourself. Another disclaimer, since there are no questions, I will be using the words God or universe or creator. If you don't like those words, replace them with anything else in your head that you feel comfortable with, um, so that you don't feel irritated by those words. And let me know when you're ready so we can get started.
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Question, we're doing it sitting down, correct?
Yes, we're doing this sitting down. You can keep your camera on or off when you have it. I still feel your energy. I still feel the collective energy, even, when I don't necessarily see you. But if I see your face, then I'll be sure that you're not asleep there and snoring. You're not snoring on the back of the camera. No problem, Wilma. Thank you for letting me know. For this modality, I ask you to not fall asleep. I'll remind you about that, because what happens is your awareness, your personal awareness and presence is what allows for the transformation to happen. And it's a different state from when you're asleep, when you really kind of exit the body and go somewhere else. We want you to be in the body. And so laying down usually means that you fall asleep. So try to stay seated if you can. Alrighty, I'm excited, really excited. You might hear gentle music on the background. I invite all of us to take a nice and deep breath. And then take another nice and deep breath. Coming into your body, noticing how your body feels today. If you need to roll your head or shoulders, please do that. If you want to hug your body so that you really feel like you are at home, here and now. Give yourself a nice hug. If your eyes are not closed yet, let yourself close your eyes. And very gently, without forcing anything, our intention is to use all of our senses to go inwards. It's really such a precious time of yourself with the creator, with your heart, with your soul in presence. And I will start by setting an intention in the name of the Father, the Sat, the beginner of prayer, the director of love within all of us who have gathered here. In the name of the Son, the Tat, the partaker of prayer, the guardian of love within all of us who have gathered here. The sacred spirit, the Om, the answers to prayer, and the materializer of love on earth within each and every one of us who have gathered here. Beloved Creator, we come to you asking to be in the depth of prayers, spiritual commune and connection. Dear God, you know my sisters and my brothers' hearts. You know the desires of their soul, and you know exactly what they need right now. Let your will be done inside of them and give them the grace to accept all the miracles they are ready to receive. In this moment, using your own words, add any intentions that you have in addition to what I've talked about, any personal intentions. And the energy is beginning to flow gently. The analogy that I use for the session is all of us sitting on the back of a car, and the creator is driving the car. So you don't need to direct the energy, you don't need to speed it up or slow it down. Allow yourself to be a passenger in a car. Allow for your mind to not be making choices minute by minute. Allow for your mind also try to not figure out what the purpose is. Because sometimes we go into the mind to figure things out. For this session, I ask you to allow rather than work hard, knowing that your mind will come back and be in a better state, in a supported state. Beautiful, you're doing amazingly. I can feel your energy, you're doing wonderful. It's a gentle process of going inwards. And we are staying awake and alert while not controlling anything. This might feel like a very restorative experience for you, where you don't need to do something. You can just be. And if thoughts arise, it's okay. No judgment about it. There is really no judgment about anything in this practice. If anything, this practice is about coming to love within ourselves. If the thoughts arise and you notice that they do, just very gently bring your mind back into presence, relaxed presence. It's fascinating because the energy today is very light, even though the topic is quote unquote serious, but the energy is very light, almost esoteric, like butterflies. We're not leaving the body, we're not going anywhere, we're not transcending the body, we're staying in the present moment in the body. We're not going into the future or the past. We're not going into the future of your life. We are relaxing more into the present as it connects to your heart and your soul. So you might feel a gentle pull or a gentle shift of your consciousness more into your heart center. And I'm beginning to see the yellow colors here. You might also, depending on what your intuition shows up like, you might see something or you might feel something. If that happens, have a very gentle awareness about it. And the energy that's coming through right now is self-acceptance for all of us. And self-acceptance comes with your unique way of being in this world, your unique path, your unique gifts, your unique expression of those gifts, your unique way of looking, speaking, living, expressing, sharing, doing things. This wave of self-acceptance is coming in right now. I'm being told that purpose is impossible without self-acceptance. Walking the path of purpose is impossible without really accepting yourself and releasing any comparison with others. I see all of us being surrounded by this very gentle energy, and it keeps drilling on this theme of self-acceptance. Very deep self-acceptance of your age, of the way you look, of your race, of your ethnicity, of your gifts, of your skin color, of your weight, of your height, of your accent, of your the languages you speak, one language or multiple languages you speak, or cooking skills or lack of cooking skills. Like it just goes into these minute details, really driving home this message of self-acceptance and being comfortable in your own skin, metaphorically speaking. We're going deeper, layer by layer, just going inwards. Wow, I'm being told that the way you breathe, accept the way you breathe, because the way you breathe is different from another person. Wow, it's a very minute detail, but sometimes our breath can reflect whether there is any degree of self-judgment or not. So whether your breath is shallow or deep, whether it's superficial or vast, whether your breath has emotional undertone right now, whether it has any kind of resistance in it, let it be exactly the way it is, not trying to change it. Wow, so it's really on the micro scale of the breath in the present moment that the Creator wants us to bring this energy of self-acceptance. The message that's coming through is that I can see your breath and I can see if you have judgment towards yourself or not. And the invitation now is to really start coming into your heart. And your heart is the place where no judgment exists. That's also the place of your soul. There is no judgment exist about your path. There is acceptance of every single step that you've taken up until now. I'm being told what a beautiful group we all are in this practice. Beautiful. If you feel any resistance in your body, just allow yourself to breathe through it and soften. Sometimes resistance comes up as a thought. All you need to do is acknowledge it, accept it, and soften. I am being reminded that we're not driving this session. The creator is the one that's driving the session. We are receiving, we are allowing. The next message that is coming through is the same is true for your gifts. You're not the one who is driving your gifts even. They're placed within you by the creator. So it's not even about you accepting them. You have no choice but own them, accept them. You can invest time and energy and dedication into harnessing and bettering those gifts, but the fact that you have them, it's not your choice. They are there. It's not up to you to change them or replace them with something else. If there is any resistance in the body that you feel or in the mind that you feel, just soften towards it. Allow yourself to really come into this gentle place within yourself where you are in the present moment. You're being with whatever arises one moment at a time. If there are any fears arise, you might acknowledge them without going into them, getting lost in them. I'm being reminded that we're not here to process our own fears today because it actually slows down the process. We might feel it arise. We might breathe with that wave of an emotion arising, and we're going to let it pass instead of getting stuck in it. Like a wave of an ocean, of the ocean, and when you're walking on the beach, you're not trying to control every wave that comes in and goes out. You're just being with all of it. Yes, yes, beautiful. We went deeper, we went yet deeper. The next message that is coming through is that many of you have a very active mind. And this mind might talk you out of some ideas that you have. This mind also, it's almost like it's not very encouraging or productive. And the invitation now is to allow for the creator to work on your mind as well. Is that I see this wave of compassion that is coming through and hugging the mind. There is nothing to do about it. There is nothing to fix. It's mostly allowing the mind to be swept into the hug, into the embrace of the creator. Follow your heart. That's the message. Follow your heart. I think it applies to several of us on the call. Follow your heart. Because the mind makes it a bit complicated. We're going yet deeper. I feel the energy becoming more intense, but at the same time gentle. It's just more pronounced and clear in this moment. If there are any fears about the future, sometimes we have fears about the future, how the future will unfold. Allow yourself to breathe into that and allow yourself to come even more into the present moment. The next message that's coming through is that you'll get to the place where you want to get. Again, it seems to be applied to many of us on the call. The messages that I do share, they tend to apply to everyone rather than individually, and you'll see if it resonates with you in your heart. The invitation is not to rush to get to the destination point where we think we want to end up, knowing that we will be there. We will be there. And to really enjoy the process, enjoying taking every step, every baby step. Baby steps are as important as long strides. We're going more inwards. The energy is drawing all of us deeper and deeper inwards. Allow yourself to relax more. Allow more. And accept. The next message that is coming through is that sometimes for a number of us, our mind is driven by our prior experiences. So what we project onto the future is sometimes tainted by maybe some of the experiences of the past, including the experiences that have not been very pleasant. And so instead of relaxing towards the future and enjoying this walk forward, many of us are tentative in the steps because what the mind projects is tainted by past experiences. And the invitation right now is to lay down the past experiences, lay them down. It's a very gentle invitation. And the image that I'm getting is to almost like taking some weight. And sometimes this weight is invisible. It's like we're wearing clothes or layers of jackets and coats that is based on the past, and we put them on because it was very cold in the past, or because we needed the protection. I see some bulletproof vests even, or armor and metal shields. And so the invitation is to lay them down. and to start walking into the future without the shielding, without the armor, without the bulletproof vests, without the swimming gear. All of these are metaphors, of course, but the invitation is to take them off and undress. You walk lighter, you walk happier. I just see the creator taking a garbage can and a sweeper, just like sweeping those things and for donation. The can is not for garbage. I'm being told it's for donation. I love that. I love the sense of humor of it. Recycling. We're going yet deeper, and the invitation is to relax even more and to allow even more, coming more into the present moment. And there is the energy of sweetness that is coming through right now. It's just very sweet, as if it has the scent and smell of hot chocolate in the air or honey. I'm reminded that we are yet to go deeper for all of us. If you feel that you're falling asleep, just move your body for a moment or even crack open your eyes for the light to come in for a microsecond. Because when we get more into this deeper space, we might have a sense of trance within ourselves, and we want to experience it without falling asleep. If there are any deeper waves of resistance that are coming through, or any other sensations in your body, really, just ride them with compassion and gentleness, knowing that any wave can only last so long. It cannot be infinite. You're all doing amazing. I just see your energy. I feel your energy. You're all doing amazing. I'm also being reminded how dedicated you all are. Like, you're people who just don't give up in life. You just don't give up. And what a beautiful quality that is. You don't give up on yourself. You don't give up on life. You don't give up on the world. You don't give up on the people you care for. It's the quality of great strength and also great connection, internal connection. It's also quality of inner leadership. And the invitation is to really own it, to embrace it, own it, and accept the quality. I'm being shown so many different paths of you coming here, even for all of you to come to this call and join this call. There have been so many winded roads and life experience, and I'm being shown that. And it takes dedication. It takes dedication, not being frazzled. Beautiful. We're moving yet another layer deeper, and now we really go into the center of the creator being. I just see the energy becoming stronger and more dense, more palpable. This is where so many things are possible. Just allow yourself to really, really receive in this moment. Allow, receive as much as you can. Everyone on this call has a different purpose, I'm being told. The reminder is that your value does not depend on the external manifestation of the purpose. The purpose is different for everyone, and your value is infinite. Your value does not come from the external expression of your purpose. I'm being told that some of you get confused in the mind, thinking that if my purpose doesn't look in one way or this way, somehow my value is less than. And the creator is saying, like, let that thought go. Your value is infinite. I also see the energy of gentleness coming in, really honoring the gentleness within all of us and being able to be gentle with ourselves and others. The message that is coming through is sometimes the purpose is not connected to being in a combat or being in the army and fighting. The purpose sometimes is, wow, I'm trying to find the right word for that feeling. Beautiful or nourishing or beauty. It's just, I see beauty. That's what I see. It's beautiful. So, purpose doesn't mean that you need to fight or you need to be in a combat. Sometimes your purpose is connected to creating beauty. There is a lot of soft and gentle energy that is coming through right now. The next message is to, wow, okay, this is unexpected. The next message is to release attachment to the outside world. Maybe some of you are too attached to what is happening politically or what is happening on the geopolitical arena right now in the world. and it feels like it drains your energy and it's almost pulling you in the wrong direction, the message that's coming through is allow the world to go through the transformation that it needs to go through. Like the world right now is moving through a huge transformation that sometimes might look ugly and unpleasant, and it might look like it's fallen into pieces. And the message that's coming through is that let the world be. Like, don't get pulled into that energy. That's not your purpose. We're going yet another layer deeper. I feel like we're being held. You know, the image I'm getting is just laying on this inflatable mattress on the top of a water, and knowing that the water holds you. It has your back, it has your front. It's this weightless space where we can just be and receive. The invitation is for all of us to really step into this space of being supported from all the directions. If there is any subtle contraction in your body, any subtle holding, any subtle way you habitually contract and hold stress, any habitual way in which you kind of attach to fear, notice if you can just gently breathe into it. You don't need to be stressed to fulfill your purpose. That's the next message that's coming through. That's really the full definition of abundance, knowing that you are taken care of and you don't need to stress out about it. For some of you, just notice whatever is happening in your solar plexus. And notice if you can just gently breathe into that area of your body. And solar plexus is right between the heart and the belly button. So it's kind of the point where the rib cage comes together in the front of our body. You don't need to do anything about it or analyze it or figure out whatever is happening there. Just allow yourself to gently breathe into that space with kindness and compassion. The next message that is coming through is don't let your age define anything about you. Whether you think of yourself as young or old or middle age, whatever labels you have about yourself, Allow yourself to release any limitations that are habitually imposed by this label of age. And the same is true. It's interesting. I think they're coming together, these messages. The same is true for whether you have children or don't have children. If you have one child, if you're childless, if you don't have any kids, if you have 5 kids, again, the invitation is to really come out of those boxes. Sometimes we create for ourselves based on our life circumstances. And based on those boxes, we start saying, if I'm this way, then this is what's possible. And the invitation really is to know that things are possible independent of the age or motherhood or lack of motherhood or really anything else. Miracles are possible for anyone and everyone. It's interesting. It feels like the same theme just continues. And the next one is also the limitation about the purpose connected to money. Like if you have thoughts, I cannot fulfill my purpose because I don't have the money, um, that is also something to be released or become aware of as a limiting belief. I'm being reminded that the purpose often is unrelated to money. Either it can be fulfilled without the money at all, or the money do come, but taking the steps forward is what's required. So if there are any limitations and ideas that what you desire cannot be done because of the financial resources, just allow yourself to soften, begin to soften that limitation within yourself. Wow, it just keeps going on. And it's the same goes for support and people and the right people or whatever stories. It just feels like it's just different stories that have been addressed. Sometimes we tell ourselves unconsciously. And the invitation is to become aware of those stories, whether it's stories about age or motherhood or money or time or skills or resources or support of any kind. Just really softening those limitations for ourselves. I'm being reminded we have about 5 minutes in this space. And so I would love for you to take the most advantage of this energy right now. It's very clear, gentle, powerful, and allow yourself to just receive, relax, be, absorb, allow. Interesting. The next message that's coming through is about the guides. I just start being aware of all different guides all of us have here, and it feels like they are a part of this session as well. and they are willing, open, desiring to guide you so much. We're here to serve. That's the message that's coming through for them. We're here to serve you. We're here to support you and serve you. It's an army of guides, really, a huge team. Talk to us, ask us for questions, ask us for support, ask us for guidance. So what's coming through from them is kindness, just a lot of kindness and desire to serve. The final minutes that we are spending in this space together, really allow yourself to take in the energy that's coming through right now is just the energy of peace, very deep peace, acceptance, compassion, and love. But it's not even love like this fluffy love, it's just constant love that is constant, it's unconditional. Unconditional love, pure, strong, nourishing. It has so much acceptance in it. I'll be saying the final prayer on behalf of all of us. Dear Creator, we thank you for all the blessings you have given that we are aware of, and all prayers working in the background that we are not aware of. We ask that the door to your heart within ours remain open, and that your will continue to unfold within all of us, especially for the next 3 nights in our sleep state. Walk home with all of us and hold us in the depths of your protection. So whenever you feel ready, allow yourself to gently take a breath. If you want to unmute yourself, turn your camera back on, feel free to do that.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Well, my camera doesn't function, unfortunately. Um, I just wanted to share something that was so like I felt so much celebration energy and so much anticipation and excitement before the session started. And when you started the healing with the connecting to the creator and had us as passengers and the creator is driving, I saw myself sitting behind the creator, and then in the almost next second, I was moved to the passenger seat beside the creator. And when you mentioned, I mean, there's so much energy in my crown right now. When you mentioned that you saw the color yellow, my ego or mental mind was like, this is interesting because I'm not seeing any colors at all. And I'm normally visual, like I normally will see a color. And oftentimes it is gold or yellow, but I didn't see a color. But what I did while I'm sitting there beside the creator, and it was so joyful, and we were both laughing, and it was like in a convertible, believe it or not. And I heard an old 70s song from the Bee Gees, ah, ah, staying alive, staying alive. And I could feel the energy behind that. And I still couldn't see the colors, but I could feel my physical body. Like it was like sitting here on my bed, and my arms and my shoulders and my upper body. It was like I was dancing to that song while we were going through the process. And then towards the end, it was I heard by the same song, but same by the Bee Gees, was "You Should Be Dancing." They're both very positive, uplifting, celebratory songs. And when you got to the end about mentioning about the age, I'm crawling up to 70, and I'm planning on living many, many more decades. And I think I've mentioned to you before, I've always known my part of my gift involves my body being fully mobile. So this healing that we just did, for me, I am feeling so blessed. And I felt as if I was receiving a physical healing. And when you mentioned the army of angels or guides, whatever, I had literally just seen myself being surrounded by on all sides of by a crowd of what I'm going to call angels or guides or whatever.
Mm.
And they put their hands over my above my physical body. And in that second, I thought, I'm getting a physical healing on some level. I don't know
Mm.
what it is. And then you mentioned the army that's here. So I'll stop talking now. I just wanted to share how incredible that was for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wilmer, you are so welcome. I'm listening to you and I'm just receiving all this joy from you, and I'm grateful for it. Yeah, keep on living for the next few decades. I think you know one of my clients, Millie. I think you met her on during the previous masterclass I was offering. She's like, you remind me, like you both ladies, you're like powerhouses. You're helping me redefine age in many ways. And my question to you is if you think your body is a part of your gift, maybe, and this is just the idea that's coming through right now, and you can sit with it, see how that resonates, but have you ever considered leading and facilitating anything for seniors or for like exercise or anything that is actually involves the body, staying
Wow,
healthy in the body.
that's interesting. You know, I'm going to give some thought to that, but you just said the word powerfully or whatever, and I forgot that this came up during the session. At one point when you were telling us what was coming up and what you needed to say, some people call me Wilma, some people call me Willie, some people call me Will. And at some point during the session today, I heard willpower, but in my vision, I didn't see the word WILL, power, which is how you normally spell it. I saw the abbreviation of my name, WIL, power. And I
Mm,
had the awareness, I am willpower. I am powerful in will. And it was just I think that's supposed to be my mantra now, but it was just so incredible. I would never have thought before this session that so much would have opened up for me,
mm.
that there's so much clarity around me now. So I can't wait to see where that takes me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Feel free to journal afterwards, like after the session, if you have additional questions, like just let yourself write a bit or yeah. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else wants to share?
I just wanted to share that um, I'm sitting on a tall chair here, and a couple of times I caught myself kind of going to the side. I was very, present in the session, but I'm wondering if that was what you were saying about the body shaking, kind of, releasing something.
I see, like you meant you just tilted or something?
Tilted, and then I caught myself because I'm, sitting in a tall chair. I didn't want to fall forward or down the side. Just even disappearing from the screen all of a sudden. But the other part that was really amazing is towards the end, I started to feel a lot of like this warm, weighted blanket over me, especially on my crown and on my third eye here. Like somebody was putting their thumb and then putting some pressure on there. But the warm, not the warm, but the weighted blanket over me made me just feel so secure and so held in the session. Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it that, you had the physical experience as well. And even though a lot of it is like the consciousness work, but it's so strongly connected to the body as well.
Yeah, I was I was like, oh no, please keep going, please keep going. It just felt so nice, so peaceful, as you were channeling at the end. The energy of peace was coming through, and I totally felt it. I was in it. So thank you.
So welcome. And you will have the recordings of this session for at least a couple of weeks. So feel free to take advantage of it and listen to it again and do the practice.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
I'm feeling guided to ask if it's possible to let us retain the recording. Is that at all possible? Instead of losing it in a few weeks?
Let me think about it and get back to you about it. Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely, because as soon as you said those words, I felt guided to unmute and ask if it's
Okay.
possible.
I appreciate
Maybe this is part of my abundance breakthroughs, asking for something. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
I love it. I'll get back to you about it, okay? I appreciate you asking. Carissa, anything from you? It's good to see you. I saw you joined and it's so good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. And for me, it was very powerful as well. Lots of experiences and emotions came to light, and it was important to see it through because I was navigating and feeling stuck for some time, and just not knowing what was causing it. So reflecting today a little deeper allowed me to see it through.
Nice.
So I'm thankful, very thankful.
I'm so glad. Okay, ladies. Well, thank you everyone for joining again. I will have the recordings to you hopefully. Well, I'll see if I'm able to send it out today or, in the next day or two. It's the weekend coming up. Monday for sure. You'll have the recordings. Also know that after the session, it just allow this energy to deepen. It can keep deepen on the background, and so allow yourself to go there and through the weekend as well. If you're interested in working together, I have mentioned that I'm giving you special opportunities, and that's going to be valid through April 12th. So more than a week. If you have any questions between now and next Saturday, let me know and I'm happy to respond by email or even have a conversation, just like a phone or a Zoom conversation. Yes, any questions before we're done for today?
No questions.
Just a big thank you.
You're so welcome. You're very welcome. good to have you all, and I'm so grateful you made the time to come and attend to yourself, to your heart and soul and your needs. And it's been a blessing for me as well. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Maria.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye bye.
Bye.